A very good day to my professor, my fellow friends, and all my viewers who are watching this video. I hope each one of you are having an amazing day, and please stay safe and take good care of your health. Today I'm talking about a topic called interracial marriage. When I first hear the word interracial marriage, I was stunned because I didn't know that in Malaysia we can explore each other races by marrying them. That was until I found out during my school times. So I didn't think that we can be able to marry in different religion or different race because I didn't have that understanding during primary school time and all. So when I get to hear interracial marriage is allowed in Malaysia, so I started to think that it was a interesting pathway, and it's an interesting thing that we able to explore each other religions, learn their tradition, and explore the values of them. Each of us have our own different traditions, as Indian, Chinese, and Malay. We all have our own different traditions, and we all have different values among each other. But our personality and our compatibility is the most important thing. You know, when we go to a dating phase, we experience not about understanding mostly about their religion or their tradition, but when we go to a dating phase, we need to understand about our compatibility or even our chemistry between each other. So the next thing comes by if our religion or caste or ethnicity is different. We need to take a big step and challenging step about understanding their tradition and understanding of what kind of challenging things that they are going to go through. And there are so many issues nowadays in that interracial marriage are facing, and especially our families, our relatives, some of them are opposing interracial marriage because in the past usually in that I heard that they don't really agree on interracial marriage because of the different traditions and different ethnicity, that they don't tend to explore different kind of traditions. It would be challenging, they have to learn from the start, so they prefer to marry on their own religion. So when it comes to this current generation, our mindset, we become more open-minded. We are willing to learn and sacrifice for the people who we love. We have the compatibility, and when we go into a relationship phase, there's always give and take, there's always challenges. And being in interracial marriage is the biggest challenge that I would say, because they have to hear a lot of stereotypes, a lot of issues they have to face. And to be honest, there are many issues interracial marriage people are facing today, especially when they are in a dating phase. They have to break it out to their parents, and then if their parents are really really skeptical or really have this stereotype that, oh, we only can marry our own religion, we can't marry a different kind of religion because they have different kind of tradition, because they have the stereotype of people, different race people are like this and all. So it's really hard to convince them, it's really hard to tell them it's not about people's race or religion, it's about people's compatibility, it's about people's attitude, it's about how kind are we and how willingness we are able to take sacrifice for our love. But most of the parents who are not open-minded, they have the stereotype of interracial marriage, that it will never work out, or if it work out, it will end up in divorce and stuff. They don't have that understanding that it's about willing to sacrifice, it's about willing to understand between each other. And especially there was a recent video that I saw, that there was a Singapore lecturer who told an interracial couple who was walking by, this happened in Singapore, that he was an Indian and she was a mixed Thai, mixed Chinese, and he told them that Indian shouldn't date Chinese because it's breaking their tradition and so on and so on. And I was really surprised because the boyfriend was really convincing him and educating him, patiently telling him that this is 2021 and you're still talking about racism and stuff. But the Chinese guy, the Chinese lecturer, kept on denying, telling that, oh no, you cannot walk with Chinese and stuff. And that really caught my attention, because there are people who still seeing skin color. There are people who still have the stereotype of telling, okay, Indians shouldn't date this person and stuff. It doesn't work that way, because relationships, we don't count on skin color, or we don't count on how we look or stuff. It's about, we all have our preferences, but at the end of the day, it's our choice. It's what kind of sacrifice we are willing to make and how compatibility we are. We may have different kind of interests, but if we respect each other interests, doesn't mean if they are different kind of race or different kind of ethnicity, but we love them for who they are. The first thing is we need to accept them as who they are. And especially when I see, there are times that when I'm able to see there are hurtful comments and negative comments are posted on interracial couples and interracial marriages, telling that, you know, you don't deserve the person, or have you looked yourself in the mirror. And it's really hurting when we see this, that people are throwing hatred just because they couldn't able to accept that. It's like they are deciding the future for them, you know. It's important to respect each other's tradition. It's important to respect our past, our family history, our ancestors, our traditions. But the most important thing is we decide our future. You know, if for example our parents are doctor, our grandparents are doctor, or our ancestors are doctor, that doesn't mean we have to be a doctor, because we have our different kind of interests. You know, we may find art is very interesting and we ventured into that. That doesn't mean we need to venture into doctors and all. It means we have different kind of interests. All of us are humans, and we all have different kind of interests, and we all have different kind of preferences. The most important thing, we respect each other preferences, we respect each other culture, we respect each other values, and that's what make us as a human being. You know, we need to respect each other. So having a racial slur or posting a bad remarks on people's social media about they marrying a different kind of religion is a really, really hurtful thing. Because we have to imagine that, what if we in their shoes, or what if we in their positions, it would be really hurting for us. We have to think not only based on our perspective, thinking based on different kinds of people perspective, thinking that we put ourselves in their shoes, and we know that we would feel hurt if someone threw a bad comments on us. So we have to educate ourselves. We have to try to, you know, if any of you all have a negative impact on interracial marriage or what, maybe you have your reasons, but it's important for you all to know that, you know, not everyone is the same. Maybe you have experiences of bad remarks, or you might see a close relative who is not that convincing in interracial marriage. That doesn't mean you can stereotype everyone, because everyone has their own phase, everyone has their own burden. They go through different kind of challenges in their life. I believe that interracial marriage is such a beautiful thing because it's a really big challenge, but it's the most important thing is the understanding. They able to experience different kind of culture, different kind of tradition, learn new languages, and I feel that that is really important for us in the future. Learn different kind of languages, and understand each other about their traditions, and especially tasting different kind of foods. If we taste our own food, it's kind of boring when it comes to time, but when we able to taste different kinds of food, their own traditional food and stuff, it gets exciting. It is really exciting because we experiencing new stuff, and it excites us instantly. So I believe that Malaysia is very supportive of interracial marriage, and most of my surroundings have gone through interracial marriage, and I have seen interracial marriage too. It's a really really beautiful thing, and I hope all of us can support on this interracial marriage because it really gives us a new direction, a new pathway, a new understanding among each other's culture. You know, we have to respect everyone's tradition, doesn't matter Chinese, Indian, or Malay. We all have our own traditions and we have to respect them. At the end of the day, it's it's our compatibility, it's our personality, and it's our attitude that counts. Dating is hard, relationship is hard, interracial marriage is hard. It's about our understanding, it's about our coping mechanism, it's about our sacrifice, it's about how we're willing to learn to educate the society,